Hello, dear Pisces. How are you? Welcome, Pisces. Welcome to your love reading. We're going to do two readings. First, we'll do a reading for single Pisces, and then we'll do a reading for Pisces who are in a relationship. Love reading for single Pisces, Pisces who don't have a partner. Let's see how the energies are looking for you at this moment. Single Pisces, you start here with a 7 of Wands. We have the 2 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords. We have the 8 of Wands, the Tower, the 4 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and over here we have the Moon. Well, Pisces, I'm a bit surprised because in your reading, what I see is that there's a process, right? Like a transition between a state of blockage that we see here and the beginning of a new stage, right? This is very important. Here we have the underlying energy for this whole reading, right? Yes, here what we have is the energy of confusion, right? It could be that there is some kind of emotional confusion, right? Or you are working through unconscious processes. It could be uncertainty, idealization of people as well, hidden fears. But yes, intuition is very heightened. What it seems like this energy is telling you right now is that you're not seeing the whole truth of an emotional situation. You're not seeing everything clearly. And I feel that there are many deep emotions that are still moving beneath the surface. You might still be processing a lot from a past story or even something that hasn't been fully understood yet. If we move to the beginning of your reading, right, your current state, what I see here is a bit of defensiveness and also indecision. I see you protecting yourself a lot, like you're defending your ground there, your emotional space, right? Keeping some distance and staying guarded. I feel like it's true that there are doubts, there's denial. There may also be some avoidance around making a decision. So there's something here that maybe you don't want to see or don't want to look at. Now the energy shifts into wavering opinions. Things starting to go back and forth. It's like a test of adaptability, right? So it seems to me that you're at a point, Pisces, where you're trying to find emotional balance right now. Now, if we go to your central energy, there's something very strong here because there's a wound here. And this might not be recent. In some cases it is. In other cases, it has to do with a wound from the past, right? Whether you've come from a breakup, a disappointment, or a letdown. But there's some pain lingering there. The central energy speaks to us about these unexpected changes, right? About quick movements. It's like there was something that was still on pause, and now it starts to move. It starts to speed up. And the thing is, this is where the break happened. Because unexpected truths appear here, I feel like revelations are also coming up. It's like structures that are no longer valid are collapsing. Or that you let go of something that's no longer sustainable. So I think, Pisces, there's an emotional wound here that's being revealed. That's being worked on. But it's reaching a point of resolution. It's like, okay, I process it and free myself from this. It's not going to disappear overnight. Why? Because it forces you to face it head on, to confront it, not to avoid it. Now, it's really good to have this ending because I feel, Pisces, that it's like the light in this whole situation, right? Because joy comes back, stability returns here, and also the meetings, right? Opening yourself up as well. And I feel that after this, after such a strong movement, it's good for energies of reconstruction to appear. Because here your rebirth appears. I can feel this as like new opportunities, the opportunities that start to appear in your life, the new passion, a renewed motivation, right? It's an energy of beginning. And all of this ends with this enthusiasm, right? With this curiosity. These could be messages, right? Emotional adventures. At least open yourself up to writing to that person, right? Or to meeting someone online. But it has a lot to do with, I'm going to open up. I'm interested in that person. I'm curious. So to me, I feel like it's the opportunity for a new beginning for you, something that's going to start exciting you. And that's very important after having gone through this whole big process, right? Where you've started from a place of indecision, maybe even some instability, or maybe you were refusing to make certain kinds of decisions, right? But I feel that what was being avoided, what you were avoiding seeing or feeling, what was hidden there, that's what triggers the change. The emotional truth, or finally closing a chapter, leaving pain behind, or understanding the wound. That's what leads you to this rebirth, right? To regain hope, again, to open up again, to believe in love, to meet new people, and also to trust again.
Okay.
I feel like you're getting close to a very important transformation. Very important. And see this as a release. Take this as a liberation.
Okay.
Let's see now. The next group, of Pisces. They are the Pisces with a partner. And Pisces who are in a relationship, Pisces who are married, who are living together, Pisces who are dating. Let's go. Captain, me reading for Pisces in a relationship. You have here the Ten of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Tower, the Two of Swords, Eight of Wands, Three of Swords, Queen of Swords, Five of Cups, Ace of Cups. Wow, let's analyze this. At the bottom of the deck, you also have the King of Cups, Pisces. In general, I feel like you are going through a process, right? Of very deep emotional honesty, right? It's like something is reaching a point where it can't be sustained in the same way anymore. That's important. But let's start analyzing the situation, right? With the card at the bottom of the deck. And this tells us a bit about emotional maturity, right? About emotional understanding at this moment, and also the capacity that one has, right? To be able to handle complex or difficult situations. Okay? It's important that this energy has come out, because I think that behind the conflicts or certain crises that may be happening in the relationship right now, there is still a very strong emotional foundation. Okay? So I think that even though there are difficult moments, there is no lack of love here. Now, let's start analyzing over here. This looks pretty heavy. It starts from an energy where there's emotional exhaustion. There's something here that's draining. It could be, well, it could be a lot of responsibilities. It could be issues you carry on a family level or at work, stress that you're carrying and bringing into the relationship, or that your partner is placing all this on you. No, they can be external problems that are affecting the relationship itself, or feeling like you're carrying a heavy burden. That's what makes you tired. It's not that there's a lack of love, but rather an excess of burden that needs to be released. That's why the need to find balance comes up here, right? This can't keep going on like this. It seems to me that too many things are being held up at the same time, right? And this could be a partner, it could be children, it could be family, it could be work, demands, health, a lot of things. And it's like all of this requires constant adaptation. So it's like you're juggling everything at once. And this is exhausting. Here is the turning point I mentioned earlier, which involves inevitable change. And this could be tearing down old structures or bringing important revelations. But it seems to me that if we can see this clearly, that what's breaking here was actually something too heavy to keep carrying. So it seems to me that this accumulated burden, it reaches a key point here where this needs to change radically. It can't keep being sustained in the same. It can also in some cases become a dynamic of the binding. This can also happen when one of the members of the couple is taking care of the whole relationship and the other person is not. So there comes a moment when no, I let go. I need things to be balanced. I can't be the only one taking care of the whole relationship. Okay? In the central energy that we have, pay attention to this. There's something here that's hard to face. It's like there's something difficult to accept or face directly. It might be an issue that's still being avoided and kept inside, or an unfinished conversation. There's something that wants to be said and still hasn't been said. But what's going on? The energy seems to be speeding up. An impulse shows up here. I have this feeling of a truth coming out, a truth coming to light. And there's a quick reaction. There will be a dynamic of conversations happening there. Now, the result of this conversation, attention, yes, because there's something here that smells. Sometimes this can be a truth that smells. It could be an emotional wound, a disappointment, yes. But it's like, I understood something I didn't want to see many times, right? So it's like what the truth produces sometimes, right? And it's necessary. Many times the truth is what people are trying to avoid feeling here. Maybe there's something that was being sensed before, Pisces, right? But what do we have down here? And here I feel like the resolution appears, and this is super important for you all, because you have an energy here to stop denying the issue and to see reality, to say things as they are, to make a decision, a rational decision, and also to establish a clear boundary here. I mean, it's an energy that's necessary after everything that's been processed, after everything that's happened. There's a sense of mourning here, and sometimes it brings a touch of nostalgia, doesn't it? Like that regret. Or yes, it can be sadness too. But always remember that there are still cups raised. And that's the big message of this energy. I mean, not everything is lost here. Not everything is lost here. Because the good thing is how this reading ends. And this reading ends in emotional healing, in a renewal of love, and in a reconciliation. I feel that it's been very important that it ends with this Ace of Cups, right? Because to me it seems that yes, it's true, there is a truth here that brings some sadness. But I also feel that it's opening the door to an emotional renewal. And that's very, very, very important. So it seems to me that as a couple, you two have been holding up a lot of things. There's a kind of pressure and a great need to readjust the relationship a bit. The energy begins to move, especially what was stuck. People start talking, right? I recognize the crisis, but it's necessary. Because there's something that needs to be seen. There's something that needs to be accepted. Here, we're not discussing the end of relationships or breakups. Because of certain cards that I feel have a lot of power for you. Rather, what I see is transformation in your relationship. So it seems to me that despite going through this complex process, the opportunity it's giving you is for the relationship to transform. I mean, it's like you can't keep avoiding certain issues. You can't keep piling things up. You can't keep holding things in. If there's a time to face those conversations, even if some are uncomfortable, even if they might be upsetting, they're really necessary for this transformation and for this change in the dynamic to happen. What remains is a structure that no longer works. And this can give way to a new stage between you with more maturity and much more honesty. Because I feel that the possibility to renew love and the bond is there. Mhm. This has been for Pisces with a partner. Well, Pisces, this has been your love reading. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you here next time.